What's up, people? Today we're going to go over the GoFind XR web token, and they have an offering for Steem users to swap 50 Steem, basically at 500 tokens. At the time, it was Steem was worth like 31 cents, but they were valuing it at $1.50. So pretty good deal, good opportunity to get in into this new ICO. So let's go over it. Put together a handy dandy PowerPoint presentation. All right. I'm gonna get this done quick because I got a crawfish boil to get to, folks. Well, I'm gonna be boiling the crawfish, so it's a lot of work, but it's good eating. Alrighty. So your decentralized protocol for XR extended reality apps built for Internet of the 3D physical world. Okay. First thing that came to mind, that was my first experience with VR, is this gadget right here, a Nintendo Virtual Boy. I have fond memories of playing, what was it, Bomberman puzzle game, there was boxing, a few others on there. Bad thing about it is it's all red, and you get eye strain if you play it too long. But I think that pretty much applies to any game or looking at a screen, but more so with this the red. So yeah, I was back in the day. All right, what is extended reality? Connecting people to virtual worlds for a variety of applications. And per their white paper, it is the digital layer of information that is overlaid on Earth and connected with Earth's geolocation coordinates. All right, now what is augmented reality? Augmented reality is the interactive experience of a real-world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced by computer-generated perceptual information, sometimes across multiple sensory modalities, including visual, auditory, haptic, somatosensory, and olfactory. I know haptic has to do with touch, olfactory has to do with your smell. I'm not entirely sure what somatosensory is, but yeah, this is a Wikipedia definition. But to break it down more simply, it's kind of like, when Pokemon Go, you got your camera, but you put computer generated images over the top of it and you interact with it. So, throwing your Pokeballs at Pokemon. I never really got on the craze. My brother did. He used to be all into Pokemon with, he had the cards, he'd go to tournaments, a lot of cons, stuff like that. I liked Pokemon back in the day, but that was like red and blue, back when there were 150 of them. Now they got too many to count, so I'm out. I might get back into Pokemon. Actually, I think he may have got me the 3DS game, and I haven't really had a chance to play it, so maybe in the future. All right, so we got a nice little infographic here. How does GoFind XR Web fit into this? So you got their estate, which token holders, they can stake out plots of land and basically monetize activity around that plot within a certain range. I think it was 25 meters. And we're going to be running through that today. We had a little bit of a hiccup when I first tried to record this video because it was something that I didn't expect based on watching their tutorial. But we worked through it, and so I feel confident in proceeding. Anyways, we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. The advertisement engine, so you can have advertisers basically have up digital billboards, things like that. And then, of course, you have their own app store, which I think is nice because I've heard news about, well, let's just say certain third parties will block plugins from their, plugin store, like Mozilla. I'm sure Google does that as well. So I think it's good from a decentralization perspective to have these companies with their own app store, so they don't have to rely on Alphabet or Facebook or any of them. I mean, I guess for an extent, they still will, because a lot of people haven't. They haven't taken the red pill yet from centralized social media. and so it's still going to be there until we break them free from the matrix. But yeah, for the time being, we may still have to leverage those services and try to play ball. All right, XR browser and wallet. We're gonna check that out here in a few. Oh, an SDK. Yeah, that's cool. I want to look into that software development kit. Being that, well, I'm more of a scripter than a programmer, but I'm quick to learn. So yeah, I appreciate that that's out there. I also want to see if there's an open source repository. I did not see one as of yet. All right, XR browser. Okay, this one I have not installed yet, but I will. So it's like the Android and iOS app. It's in a demo version right now. A camera-based let's go ahead and run through it. Camera-based mobile spatial browser that will enable users to view the XR web directly. This component will allow users to experience internet surfing in XR mode on the go on iOS and Android phones. Demo versions of this are already available. Ultimately, the browser will transition for smart glass as they become commonplace. That's kind of cool. I see smart glass. It reminds me of like Metroid Prime, where you have like your heads-up display, and basically it's like you have a monitor that it's translucent and you can see through and maybe interact with. So yeah, it's a pretty cool concept. And I should have put an image of Metroid Prime so I know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyways, all right, XR Web. That's what we're going to be checking. It's a collection of geolocations and associated asset and applications. Part of the XR land can be leased by users by staking XR tokens. All key transactions in the XR land, such as land ownership, is recorded on the blockchain. XR token is a cryptocurrency that is used for GoFind's XR land for leasing XR land and various other transactions. XR DNS. This is a standard system of URLs pointing exact locations in the XR web from a location, then the location in reference. It can be accessed by compatible XR browsers using prefix. Okay, so yeah, that kind of interests me because I know your traditional DNS and I administer it. So I'm wondering how this system would work. Would you have A records, zones? Is it going to be multiple servers? Are we going to have community run nodes, or is it going to be GoFind run nodes exclusively? And maybe what kind of signing and integrity mechanisms do they have on their zone, or their DNS queries for, I guess in traditional DNS, you got to worry about cache poisoning and basically malicious DNS servers giving you the bad IP address. So yeah, DNS, domain name system, is your mapping of IP addresses to host names. So when you type in www.google.com, there's actually a series of IP addresses that are mapped to that URL. And so DNS will basically resolve that and take you there. But in this case, we're talking about locations to URLs. So I guess worst case scenario, I end up in the wrong neighborhood. I don't know what the implications of that. Probably, minor inconvenience. I don't know. I guess we'll see more as it develops. The guts and inner workings of their DNS. All right, Lens Store and SDK. Lens are similar to web apps and 2D internet. Lenses are built using the free SDKs in Unity and JavaScript. I'm actually interested in Unity. I've watched my fair share of YouTube videos. It's 3D modeling or whatever used for gaming. That's actually been something I've been wanting to do for the longest. I just need to get the know-how under my belt. And JavaScript. I know very little on that. I mean, I do know how to basic JavaScript, but at this time I'm more Python, PowerShell.net. All right, XR Ads Engine. It's a self-serve platform for marketers to place ads on XR World, and for developers and builders to get their share of revenue. The XR components allow users to view ads in virtual reality as well as XR Web. The ad engine will open to serve ads in XR Land as well as other AR applications outside the XR Land. Advertisers will be able to bid based on location, demographics, dates, and budgets. Ads of highest bidders displayed until the spend runs out, followed by the next highest bid. So yeah, if you have like, a shop in a location, brick and mortar store, and you want to put some ads up in your geographic area, you can do that. I don't know if it's going to be intrusive, it's going to be a pop-up, or if it's just going to be, like I said, a billboard in the digital space, and you're just walking by and you see it, quote unquote walk, whatever, navigating, what have you. So yeah, that's interesting. All right, the current applications of augmented reality, extended reality, virtual reality, gaming. So we already went over Pokemon Go, and now we got Marvel Avengers, Infinity War, Hero Vision, Iron Man, augmented reality experience. I'm going to show y'all this. I want to pause this and step out. Just tab. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of neat. No. That's actually not what I was looking for. All right, bear with me. Okay, here we go. Wrong browser. Wow, these kids, they got some neat stuff compared to what I play with them when I was a kid. I mean, I had the Virtual Boy, but I didn't have Iron Man helmet. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Where'd slideshow go? Oh, there we go. Okay. Go away. I am signed up for Brave Rewards. Yeah. So I've been trying to get my daughter on the Nintendo 3DS so as to not bankrupt us from the many of Sago Mini Android games out there. Death by $2.99, basically. I want to get a game with more replay value, and I had a 3DS, and I was like, all right, let me try to get her on it. And they had this interesting game where you take a picture of yourself. Excuse me. Take a picture of yourself, and then you're the actual enemy in this virtual reality, but you're moving around the 3DS trying to shoot that thing. And so I don't know if you'd call that augmented reality, or it's actually augmented virtual reality, because you're actually putting the real world object in the virtual space, but you're moving around. You're manipulating your perspective in that space by manipulating the angle of the 3DS. So yeah, I think that was pretty nifty. Yeah, like I said, compared to what I had when I was growing up, I grew up on the 8-bit age. Your Nintendo, your NES, Sega Master System, Genesis, 16-bit. Yeah, I mean, I worked my way up. But yeah, like it's pretty advanced these days. I'm getting old. All right, shopping, virtual makeovers. My wife would love this. I just think an idea that came to mind is like getting your nails done in VR, and like you get it done, like you look at them like, yeah, I like this. I like how this looks on me. or like how this looks. Now I can actually go to the salon and get it actually done. Something there. Test drive cars and VR. That's a thing. Social media, Snapchat filters. Yeah, I tried it out. Just downloaded Snapchat. I've been against it for the longest. My wife's always fiddling with it, and actually, my daughter, I think she's gonna be into social media probably because she just loves taking her own picture and like it's funny because like she'll hear the YouTube videos and I'll say like please subscribe and she'll just be like putting the camera on herself. Obviously there's no one watching her, but she'll like say please subscribe and I just thought that was the cutest thing. Yeah, and actually, I like that filter. Like, makes me think maybe I should get a beard. I don't know, maybe that'd be a good look for me. All right, and so yeah, their Telegram's pretty active. They got 9,100 ish users last time I checked, and they hooked me up with this MP4 video, promo video. It's graphic, pretty much. It's got the link to their ICO. Link to their ICO. You don't have to buy with Steem, but it's probably gonna be the best deal if you do have some liquid tokens that you can send. They also accept delegations, but I'm not sure exactly how that system works. All right, so yeah, let's go through the staking. All right. What I need to. All right, so obviously it makes sense to stake where you think there's going to be activity, and I know that there's an Ethereum con in San Antonio going on today, right? So I figured, hey, maybe I should stake that location. Probably not going to get me anything, being that this is so new, but you never know. All right, so I'm going to get that location. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, and you want to log in with MetaMask. Yeah, and so the issue that got me, yeah, right there. Nobody's got it. The issue that got me was, no, I'm not trying to do that. Oh, no. Nope. All right, let's zoom out. I might want to try to get the Embassy Suite as well. Get that little. I don't want to get that, but. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable plot. So yeah, the display of the website, I noticed there's a lot of negative space down there. I hope they'll take this as feedback, maybe to try to adjust that, because now I kind of have a narrow frame to work with. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stake. And so the thing that got me is when I was watching the tutorial video, is like you stake 50 and it'll say 50. And like all of a sudden 1,000, I don't even have 1,000 XR. But I was assured on the Telegram. How do I find the @ my ats, my somewhere here. I'll just do a search. I'm trying to figure out the fellow that eased my concern. All right. Okay, I think, oh well. Alright, yeah, let me explain. This MetaMask confirmation box you see is not spending XR 1000 XR, but to get approval to spend the XRs. None of your XRs will get spent now. It will be spent on the next dialog box. For MetaMask, and the amount will depend on. Oh, okay. Okay, so they're working through it. So I'm not gonna burn 1000 XR because I didn't. I did my due diligence. I asked them before I proceeded. So let's go. And if I do still lose my XR, well, you can point and laugh. I don't know. Transaction confirmed. There it is. Oh, come to think of it, I might need a little more Ethereum in this wallet. This is my secondary wallet, so yeah, let me do that. Okay, so slight hiccup. That's all right. Yeah, I did not have enough Ethereum to complete this transaction, gas, but I sent it over. So I guess what I'm going to do is stand by. I got a few things to get done while I wait for this Ethereum. And what I wonder is, will it like refresh once I get the? Probably will. To complete the staking transaction. Oh, already, right on. Got it. Look at the pop up. Where'd you go? Okay, cool. It's quicker than I thought. Come on. Let's see another transaction. Boom. Let's see this. Okay. All right, so I got my little plot right here. And the Riverwalk, not bad. So yeah, that's all there is to it, folks. Make sure you have enough Ethereum in your wallet, and you can lease your own real estate and get passive income from activity around it. Not too shabby. All right, well, I got things to do today, so hope you all enjoyed this little, I guess you can call this a recon. I went through it so you don't have to, make any mistakes like I did. I confirmed the thing about the 1000 XR. It still didn't seem to show. Actually, I want to check my balance now. Let's do that real quick. Yeah, okay. Actually, that worked out. Cool. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and submit this as a for the Oracle D contest. Folks have 1 day left to create your own contribution, so I recommend that. With that, I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you all next time.